But you're way further than I am.
Oh, I know that.
Good morning, Matt.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
So we're on day 3 or 4 or 5, something like that.
Something like that.
We've had some issues. We've had rain out. We've had breakdowns.
Yep.
But now we're to the point where what are we going to do today?
Well, yesterday we got casing set, and so that's a good thing. Right now we're sitting at 180 feet drilled. So today we're going to go down to 200 feet, and because that's our minimum payment, so we might as well get you at least that.
Yeah.
And see if we've got any water coming out. If we've got, a couple gallons coming out, we'll probably call it good. So as we're doing that, you're going to see us shoveling a lot of our cuttings back into the well, trying to get around the casing filled back up so that that's solid.
Okay.
And hopefully we've got water. If not, we'll go down 20 feet at a time and
see where we're at. What can we expect to see when you start this up? So there's probably going to be some water in the bottom, I'm guessing, just
probably
from overnight.
Probably some water in the bottom that's seeped in overnight. My goal is to blow it out slowly so that I don't blow the casing out with the water.
Yeah,
because that's a major pain in the butt.
Oh my gosh.
But we'll see. So hopefully just a little bit of water at a time.
Will that be clear water coming out today?
Hopefully. I mean, it should be, because it's got the casing to keep all the clay out of it now. So. Okay.
All right. I hope we find some.
Yeah, me too.
So will you, how did you say you actually measure the gallons per minute?
When we measure the gallons per minute, we'll have to have the hole around the casing filled up, and then once that's coming out, we'll build a dam and put a piece of pipe in the dam, and we'll measure it in a 1 gallon bucket. However many seconds it takes to fill up that bucket, you do a little bit of math and figure out how many gallons per minute that is.
I'll leave the math up to you. D, you want to do the math?
I'll do the math.
We can handle the math. Not a problem.
That YouTube math messes me up every time.
We don't use Common Core, so I think we'll be good. My wife would probably kill me for saying that, but we don't. So.
Yep, you guys are doing an awesome job.
Thank you.
It's actually a nice morning this morning. We've been lucky with the weather besides the one rain out.
Yes.
The weather hasn't been real hot, but it says it's going to get about 86 today over here.
Yep.
So we'll probably be done way before then.
That's hopefully. The hope.
Yes.
That's the hope. If everything goes well, hopefully we're done before noon.
Awesome.
But we'll see how it goes.
All right, Matt. Well, did you hit water?
We hit water.
Pretty good little flow.
You know, 35 gallons a minute ish.
A little low, but we'll take it.
I think it'll do. Maybe. Just maybe.
Now, what are you doing here?
So, just putting a well cap on it to keep any junk and debris or neighbors out of it.
Yeah, keep the neighbors out of it for sure.
You know, unless they've got a socket wrench or something like that. You know,
or they can just cut the PVC pipe right there. You know.
Yeah. So, just trying to keep it clean for you.
Yeah, appreciate that.
So, but yeah, everything went good.
Okay, as you can see, they finally hit water. This is day 5. You guys got the rig out here on Monday,
Yep.
had a rain out,
Yep.
got some drilling done on Wednesday, and then you had mechanical issues, broke down.
Yep.
And then yesterday, got it fixed, did a little bit more drilling, and then you put the casing in.
Yep.
And then today, they finally hit water. You guys seen that big geyser y'all hit? He hit it and just went crazy up in the air. But that was pretty neat. That's the first time I've actually seen that, other than one other time on video. You know, that's pretty neat, wasn't it?
That was pretty cool.
So we got Matt and we got Dee over here, and you've been with the company for about 7 to 9 months, you said?
Something around there.
You've been here with them for 2 years?
A little over 2 years.
All right, you guys, call Summers Welling, Well Drilling. Call that number. These boys need a raise. They did such a good job. Tell them to get a raise. Right there. Tell them Matt and Dee need a raise. If not a raise, a big Christmas bonus. How's that?
There you go.
You agree?
Oh, I agree.
You guys probably will call. It's going to be funny. I don't think it's funny. They might not.
It's gonna be real funny.
But so anyways, you want to give them just a quick rundown? I kind of just did, but just how deep you end up going in the flow you got,
Yep.
and what we were looking for to begin with, and what we got and all that.
Right. So we started out, we were hoping to keep it somewhat shallow, maybe
For cost reasons.
For cost reasons, you know, it's not cheap to drill a well. We realize that. We try to take good care of people. So we were shooting for that 200-foot mark, which is our minimum pricing to show up and start drilling. And we were hoping for 2 to 3 gallons a minute, which, you know, if you're pumping into storage tanks and that kind of stuff like you're planning on doing, that's going to be plenty of water to take care of you. And we just didn't have any water at that depth. Had maybe a quarter gallon a minute, and it's just not very much. It'd be kind of hard to run things off of that, even with storage tanks. So we talked it over, and we decided to keep on going. Went down to 300 feet, and still just didn't have very much. Maybe a half gallon a minute, which isn't very much still. So decided to go another 40 feet, and that first 20 feet of that didn't pick anything up.
I was like, oh my gosh.
I was like, oh man, I was starting to sweat bullets.
I've been stressed for like all week over this.
Oh man, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
It's out of your all's control. You can't control anything like
that. 20 feet, nothing. Went another, put another 20 feet on there and started drilling. About halfway through that, about 330 feet, I started noticing just more and more water starting to come out. I was like, ooh, this is a good sign, and just kept picking up more and more water through that last 10 feet. So ended up total depth of 340 feet, and you're measuring right around 35 gallons a minute.
So is that good? I mean, I know the answer, but
that's a lot of water. Your typical house is going to run off of maybe 5 to 7 gallons a minute. To have 35 gallons a minute available is just awesome. That's a lot of water.
Well, I appreciate you.
You betcha. Glad we could help.
Heck yeah. You want to say anything?
Nothing much.
Nothing? You got nothing
Man,
to
he's
say?
been talking about you all week. When he gets on camera, he's like,
I've been waiting for him to invite me deer hunting with him, but he hasn't said one thing. Let's go deer hunting or anything like that.
Oh, we can go deer hunting.
After hearing some of your stories, I might get in trouble with you, so I don't know if I want to go with you.
Hey.
You keep us out of trouble?
I'll keep you out of trouble. Now, me, on the other hand, I ain't promising nothing.
So yeah, it's been a fun week getting to watch these guys work. I've never been around this before, so it was very educational to me. Hopefully this is the only well I ever have to do. And if you guys have never seen a well being drilled, and that's something you're wanting to do, this is pretty much from day one till right now when they're finished. It'd be pretty educational for you guys. And 35 gallons a minute, that's insane. But anyways, I got Matt Sooter, right?
yes, sir.
So we got Matt Sooter over here, and I'm gonna let him tell you guys a story about his family and an organization that you have started for your daughter.
Yes.
And I'm gonna let him talk however long you want to talk. Say whatever you want to say. The camera's yours.
My name is Matt Sooter. You can do a Google search for me, and more than likely you'll find me. I live in Northwest Arkansas. You'll find attached to that Google search my daughter's name, which is Addie Joy. And story behind that is that about almost 4 years ago now, when she was 2.5, she was diagnosed with brain cancer, and is a type of brain cancer we'd never heard of before. It's called DIPG. Stands for diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma, and what that is it's a soft tumor that grows within the brainstem and within the pons, and it intermingles itself with healthy tissue, so it cannot be removed surgically. The main defense against it is radiation, and diagnosis of this is basically a terminal diagnosis. Children are given at most 9 months to live. Some don't make it that long, some make it longer, but I think it's less than 5% of children diagnosed with DIPG survive past 2 years, and less than 5% of those survive past 5 years. So my daughter went through 33 rounds of radiation at the age of 2.5, which is insane, because each and every one of those she had to be put out with general anesthesia. So by the time she was 3, she had been put to sleep with anesthesia more than the average adult, probably 3 times as much as the average adult at least. Like I said, she was given 9 months to live. At the end of 7 months, we noticed her symptoms starting to come back. So we went and had another MRI, and it confirmed that her tumor was progressing. The week before that, we'd been accepted into a not necessarily a trial, but experimental treatment in Monterrey, Mexico. We did that for 9 months at great expense. Thank the Lord, we had a lot of very good friends and a lot of people come behind us and support us through that. We did a lot of fundraising, and we took 11 trips to Mexico. The last trip, they found that she had hydrocephalus, which is a buildup of fluid on the brain, and so we had to bring her home and get her an emergency shunt placement surgery. And when they did that, they did another MRI, which found that her tumor had not only progressed, but it had spread, and it had spread down her spine. And at that point, we were out of options. We had no more weapons with which to fight, so we took her home, and we focused on living life and having the best life as possible over the next short period of time, and took her to the beach, took her to the zoo, and spent lots of time with family and playing with her brother. And she passed away on June 3rd of 2018. So it's been 2 years since she passed. We're still recovering from that. We will always be recovering from that, but in her memory and in her honor, we have started a foundation, and it is called Addie Joy's Hope Foundation. And we are doing our very best to raise money to fund research, because research for pediatric cancers is almost non-existent. Pediatric cancers get 4% of government funding, and my daughter's cancer, DIPG, gets 4% of that 4%. So of the nearly 300 kids in the US every year diagnosed with DIPG, each of them gets about $500 in research funding, and that's just not enough to do anything worthwhile. Our foundation is partnered with an organization out of Arizona called TGen, the Translational Genomics Project. That is where we had samples of her tumors sent and analyzed and broken down at their base levels to find out what mutations she had, as well as how to better fight those mutations. So part of what we do is we raise money for research. Part of what we do is we raise awareness, which I'm very thankful to Dutch for this opportunity. And part of what we do is we support families who are actively fighting DIPG. That might be through just helping their story get out there more through our Facebook page, or that could be through sending them maybe $100 for groceries or gas or whatever's going to get them through the next few weeks to help ease their anxieties and the pressure on them to take care of their kids. So we have a website. It is addiejoyshope.org, and Addie is ADDY, joy, addiejoyshope.org. It's a brand new website. I'm still fixing a lot of things on it, so if it glitches, be sure to send us an email at curedipg@addiejoyshope.org, and we'd love to hear from you guys. And I think together we can do a lot of good things and possibly cure DIPG, which actually a lot of research doctors think that if we cure DIPG, that will lead to a cure for all cancers.
Oh, wow.
Because it is so intricate and so difficult to reach. So who knows? Maybe our organization, maybe my daughter's research, maybe it can be part of Cure for All of Cancer.
Absolutely.
Which would be incredible. So.
Did you mention your actual Facebook?
Facebook page is Addie Joy's Hope. There's a group.
I don't know if you already said that or not.
I didn't. Thank you for reminding. There is a group. There's a page as well. Both of those are Addie Joy's Hope Foundation. And be sure to give us a like, give us a follow, and visit our webpage. And we would love your donation as well to go towards research. Thank you, guys.
Hey, thanks for sharing that, man.
Appreciate it, Dutch.
Yeah, so I'll put links. Text me all that stuff, and I'll put links, and they can look down in the description box. It's crazy how God works, because I just met you Monday.
Yep.
And we just start talking, have conversations, and it led to his story about him and his daughter and his family, and now he's able to share it with all you guys. So you're going to get, instantly about 30,000 to 50,000 people are going to get to hear about your daughter.
It'd be amazing.
How amazing is that?
It'd be very cool.
What's the odds of God doing all that? It's crazy, isn't it?
About the same odds as her picture going around the world in 2 days.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Tell us about that.
So about 2 weeks after she passed, the day before she passed, I put a picture on Facebook of my daughter and my son, and it's her laying in her bed sleeping and holding on to my son's hand, and he's saying goodnight to her, rubbing her hair, and put that out for my friends, my family, to say, hey, things aren't going well. If you feel like you need to come see her, you need to do so quickly. And she ended up passing away later that night. But in the weeks that followed, that picture got picked up by the national media, as well as going viral on Facebook. And I actually have news articles and pictures of newspapers from around the world, some from China. I have a picture of the front page of the second largest newspaper in Germany with that picture and her story on it. And it's just, that picture went around the world and went viral, and it was just incredible to see. Incredibly sad at the same time because of what it meant, but for that much awareness to be raised that quickly was an amazing thing.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to end the video on that note. Please go check out their Facebook, and all, like I said, I'll put things down below, and the new website. You just got that live last night, you said?
Yeah.
Works. Well, odds of that. It's perfect timing.
A few bugs, but I'm working on them.
So please go check them out, show them your support. I know you guys show us the love daily, and I know you're going to show him and his family the same love. So thanks for watching, guys. We love you all. Catch you on next video.